Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the August reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get additional messages. Also, keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, keep in mind that I may be describing you or the person that you're dealing with. If you need to flip the roles around, then do so. But don't force things to fit. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Um, if you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. And if you would like to support the channel and make a donation, those are also greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? The information on how to do that is below as well. What else? Have I forgotten anything? I say the same thing in the beginning of every video, and yet sometimes I feel like I forget. Even the redundant things seem to slip one's mind. Um, this is, of course, traditional Celtic cross. Up top there is the overview, and this is the challenge or obstacle for you. The advice. Now, you got more than one that came out. And sometimes if I get more than one, I stick them back, but I said, I'll leave it. Same with this one, you got more than one. And these ones, obviously, I allow for more than one. But sometimes they give even still a ridiculous amount, like friggin' 10. But again, I leave them, which is why my readings are so friggin' long. And so, let us see. Well, the overview here is no place like home. So if somebody's missing home, or you know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. Essential meanings: authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. The oracle's message is home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create. A place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. Relationship message: lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. Prosperity message: when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is in your highest good. Your business choices, the investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see the divinity in all things. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. Protection message: there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Okay? Human beings are memory driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite, of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar. And you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So again, it's kind of saying, hey, know who you are, know what you want, and go for that. Don't stay in situations just because it feels familiar, or watch out for past people trying to creep back in who may have changed or may have not changed. And discernment is key. And I always say with everybody, know what you're dealing with. You know, I speak a lot about narcissistic personality disorder, any cluster B personality types. I mean, I've had some psychology in my, what do you call it, resume. So, and I've also had some experiences. So, usually people that are involved with narcissists, or people who are narcissists even, may not even realize that that's what's going on. So, I always tell everybody, know what you're dealing with. You know, and again, don't just because you know or are familiar with something doesn't mean it's what's best. So use discernment, as I always say. But again, or some people may be missing home, you know, actual place. And maybe people have left their home or friends or people behind. Um, so again, home as in a physical place, home within oneself, and also be wary of going to familiar things that might lead to the same old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And at the bottom of the deck, we had the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So this is talk about, you know, blocked emotions, or holding back our emotions, or could be offers of love being delayed or not accepted or not being given, need to curb one's emotions for the greater benefit, or a need for emotional balance. Find, that's what I talk about, be comfortable in your own skin. Find constructive ways to express your feelings. Repressed feelings, again, feelings of numbness, fear of getting hurt. There's a need for trust, or perhaps there is no trust, especially if we're dealing with people from the past who may have been real, you know what I'm saying? Emotionally exhausted, need to look after one's emotional health. So this, to thine own self be true, you know, take care of yourself first and foremost. I said one's mental, emotional, and physical health, financial health, all that stuff is important. And don't get sucked into any chaos where that's going to be thrown through the looper. And you currently are the Queen of Wands. So this is, you know, male, female, doesn't matter. It's about strength, vitality, creativity, life, joy, satisfaction, fidelity, warmth, and sustenance. You know, this could be somebody who's got a little bit of intuition there. It's got the little cat. So some people might be getting signs and messages and guidance all the time. Um, you know, it's a person who knows what they want and goes for it. You know, it's somebody who's a leader. Doesn't shy away in the face of adversity. You know, independent, takes care of themselves. You know, unafraid of challenges. You know, dominant, feminine energy. Of course, it could be male, female, doesn't matter. Shows her power. Again, a leader, someone who inspires others, instilling confidence in others, or, you know, becoming confident in ourselves. Optimistic, confident. I already said that. Full of ideas. The center of attention. They can also be a charmer. That's what I said. Well, this is you. But again, in my readings, I don't discriminate whether you are on the victim end, and I put that in quotation marks, or, you know, the one who's doing the do. I give advice for both, because again, it could be either or. So, you know, this that I always put out there. Not to say that, you're not charming in your own right. But as I spoke of before, watch out for charmers in general who might be all talk but same old, same old. And also somebody who could be stubborn, overbearing, but passionate and fiery, deceptive too, but obviously that's more in the reverse. Um, so either you're trying to find your mojo, you're trying to find your confidence, you're trying to like take charge, um, perhaps getting involved in creative ventures because she's somebody who could be creative. And they spoke about creativity here. So I don't know if anybody's got any talents or side projects or business things going on where they're using their talents and creativity. But, Queen of Wands being you is very good. Surrounding you, though, is the Page of Swords in the reverse. So either this is you or someone you're dealing with in your environment. This is somebody who's all talk and no action. Hasty. Could be somebody who's spying or stalking. They always say stalking. I always picture somebody like, peeping through your windows with binoculars or being a weird pervo. Or when I hear stalking, it's kind of. But when many readers refer to this as stalking, that could also be, watching tarot readings. Does that constitute as stalking? Or that I guess we're all stalkers, right? That's what this card sometimes symbolizes. But again, this could be you, you know, checking stuff out, trying to figure out again your next move. Um, Not delivering on promises. So either this is someone you're dealing with because we got King of Swords here. So either you're the Queen of Wands and King of Swords is another person that you're dealing with. And as I explain the negative characteristics of this Page of Swords, it could be this person here. Or they both can be an aspect of you. Again, we'll see how this may fit. That's why I read from my cards, because there's so many meanings that I try to give a little something for everybody. Something might resonate. I know it all. Annoying others with constant questioning and challenging. Being conscious be conscious of how you come across. Be aware. Because remember, this is the Queen of Wands, could be somebody who's a little stubborn or a little domineering. So again, if this is an aspect of the self, they might be wanting you to be careful how you come across. Or again, this is you checking out some information in regards to this person here. Or, again, this is this person's actions. This is general. See what I'm saying? Be conscious how you come across. Fear of public speaking, or maybe fear of saying something. The public speaking could be just speaking to somebody. Not feeling like you have enough knowledge or experience, so maybe you're unsure, maybe perhaps if you want to conversate with somebody, or this person is unsure. Maybe we're doing some kind of research. Maybe some people are looking to go back somewhere, and they're trying to figure out, is it safe? Especially if you're somebody who did the do and is looking to go back. Crossed again by the King of Swords, but at least it's not in the reverse, because that's a real doozy. But King of Swords could also is somebody who takes responsibility seriously, desire for spiritual understanding, compassionate, with intellect, mental clarity, stern judgment. So again, maybe we're trying to use stern judgment. That's why we're trying to gather information, because I'm not sure. Truth and facts. Or there's a need perhaps to reason with others. Somebody who could be emotionally detached, needing to use logic and intellect. It's also about trying to be impartial. Or someone who can come across as detached or uninterested. A stickler for the rules. My way or the highway. Someone who has high standards. So, maybe we need to make sure we have our standards, and if people ain't meeting them, see you later. Um, so again, this could be you coming across as detached, or again, trying to gather information, trying to get some facts so you can be clear. Or again, maybe somebody's needing to speak up and say something here. There's always drama, constant sirens. It's just there's always drama in the world. Drama on this table, drama in the world. Let's wait for this sirens to go by here. In the root here is the Six of Wands. Now, the root is usually like the issue. What's at the root? You know what's at the core here. This could be an aspect of the self of how we usually go about presenting ourselves. Now, in the positive sense, this talks about victory, forward movement. It talks about also travel. We have two cards of travel. We have the Two of Wands over there, and then we have this here, and then we have no place like home and gathering information and all this stuff. So I don't know if somebody's planning a move or looking to travel, to go back somewhere. Again, this also speaks about success and achievement, strength, a successful outcome from harnessing our strengths and talents, overcoming challenges, believing in oneself, having faith in our achievements, or that our achievements will be received by others. Like again, people will be looking for the welcoming committee. Everybody's around them. Yay, they're home. So again, I'm thinking some people might be returning back to some place where they used to live. So it's about building a brand or a reputation. Now, this includes also, trying to protect our reputation, or build ourselves up to be perceived a certain way. Ego behaviors and arrogance could be too, someone who's attention seeking. It's also about feeling proud or worthy. So, people could be hoping to have success. That's why they're hoping to have this clarity, but they're unsure, in regards to themselves, their life, relationship. Why the sirens? Jeez Louise. But considering you have come now, I apologize. Ooh. Then they got that extra, sounds like a laser tag gun on top of the regular siren. So this could also be a hoping that we'll be successful, hoping that we'll be welcomed, trying to have faith and believe in ourselves, to overcome whatever it is that we might be going through or what we've been through. And again, some people might be trying to prove something as well, not only to themselves, but maybe to other people through achievements, through manifesting, or, coming into their own in some way. In the reverse. Okay. In the in the recent past, we have the Hangman in reverse. So this is obviously, illumination. You know, there was also indecision in the past when we were undecisive. You know, maybe now we're trying to still gather information and get clear in what we're doing here. A need to see things from a different perspective. Temporary suspension for the need to reflect, or there's needs for change. You know, a situation that could bear fruit if we change our viewpoint. It's also about being the willing victim, self sacrificing to accomplish higher goals, but feeling like you got nothing in return. That self sacrificing is no good. I said that, trust me, thy speaketh from experience. You know, that jumping through hoops, that trying to prove whatever, that, don't do that. It's it says it just makes you very unhappy. You know, never sacrifice your own integrity, your own standards, your values, your who you are for nothing or nobody. You know, never accept less than what you deserve, and don't let anybody else treat you that way. But I digress. Um, Something that's been put on hold. It's also a catalyst of what's to come. Putting off making a decision or stalling the inevitable. But here we got the tower. So if we were stalling, we need to not stall because we're hitting over there next. It's also about having a loss of faith or a need to restore our faith, to be at peace. Perhaps we're too preoccupied with the self or unwilling to compromise, acting selfish, arrogant, and disengaging. Now, again, that could be you or the person you was dealing with. Again, and as you can see, you know, Page of Swords in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, somebody who could be arrogant, stubborn, you know, but both can be. Like I said, or it could be, it could be you or them. You know, but there's obviously, you know, there's been some stagnation, or there's a need to change our viewpoints so that we can do what it is that we're seeking to accomplish here. As long as it's in our highest and best, like I says, don't, you know what I'm saying? And the tower is at the crowning. This is what we should be aspiring to. So obviously they want us to shake it up. Again, two people getting shooken up. Again, maybe some people are changing home living situations. You know, ending things. You know, things that we were delaying that we need to. You know, because it's currently not happening in our world. Sudden, shocking change, destroying your picture of peace and harmony. Something that blows your mind, throws you through a loop. It's also about faulty foundations, false thoughts or beliefs and actions. This could be deceptive ways. That's false too. You know, again, false beliefs. Again, whatever we were thinking perhaps before isn't what it is, and we're needing to again see things differently, see things clearly, take some action, go towards victory. Something that's a humbling and frightening but necessary experience. Feeling afraid or wronged or wrong, naive or blind about a situation. Negative feelings associated with the event, anger, grief, confrontation, forces you to question your beliefs, behaviors, and attitudes or perceptions. Again, penetrates to the core of your being and affects you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. It's about, again, destruction, but with destruction comes creation, right? And awakening. Sometimes we've got to hit rock bottom so that we can become better. Get rid of what's got to go. It's also about our personal defenses. So, we're needing to shake things up. We're needing to have those epiphanies, those aha moments. We're needing to see things clearly. We're needing to take some action. We're needing to, say something, speak something. If we want to go towards home or victory or reuniting or something, this is some kind of movement going on here. Oh, jeez. Oh, never mind. In the near future, we have judgment. So again, this is about wake-up calls. Waking up, and there's another waking up. It's also about judgment being passed on us for our actions and choices and so forth. So we're needing to make a judgment, or judgment's being passed upon us. Ready to be judged by the universe. Insurmountable obstacles and impossibility of avoiding judgment. So again, if we can't avoid, we reap what we sow, right? It calls for a period of reflection, again, and self-evaluation to come to a point of deep understanding about the common themes throughout our life and how to avoid or change them in the future. Again, any repetitive patterns that we're starting to see in our own behaviors and the partners that we choose and the situations we find ourselves in. If it constantly seems like something repeats, the common denominator is us. So we're needing to again see things perhaps differently. What is it that we can change in order to, empower ourselves here, to have victory in our lives, to perhaps make amends? Is it looking like somebody's trying to travel or go back to something here? But, again, perhaps we're needing to not only gather information, but, still, two, taking a look within still, getting that clarity. The wake up call, the need to live your life a different way and be true to yourself. New possibilities of a fulfilling life that serves your highest needs. The need to take action. It's about, again, lessons. This is about karma. Lessons learned. Wisdom. What have we learned in this experience? What did we learn? Talking about no place like home reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. What did Dorothy learn after she went on her little trip? She learned there's no place like home. Jeez, just somebody got on like 50-pound boots going up those stairs. Oh, it's also about life-changing decisions, absolution, release, and how you should be presenting yourself, or how you're presenting yourself. There's a 7 of Cups, so either you got some choices or some options. Exploring one's options. Not everything is a good choice here, so it's needing to again be clear. Perhaps that's why we're gathering information. But we know that we need to make a choice. Perhaps we've been staying in indecision and limbo too long, and that's why we're needing to shake things up here. So it's about being wise in our decisions. Again, learning from past choices and how we ended up where we are, because everything is all about all of that. 7 of Cups, again, ideas, dreams, thoughts, mysteries, illusions, transitions. The snake in the cup there is about wisdom and knowledge. That little ghosty looking thing, it's a need for illumination. Third eye chakra, you got this here. the the floating head is about a companion. So we're searching for illumination. We're searching for wisdom and knowledge. Perhaps we're trying to decide on who we want to be with. Again, the little tower in the cup there stands for stability and power. Wanting stability in our life, not unstable things, as we've found ourselves in. And it's also about power. Taking back our own personal power. The little treasure in the cup there is about the abundance and wealth. Perhaps again working on ourselves, gaining our independence. Perhaps doing something in our career, creative wise, or any projects that we might be working on, concentrating on our money too, trying to figure that out. The little wreath that's in the cup is about victory and honor. I mentioned down here about victory. Perhaps again our honor, or how people see us, is important here. Especially if you're somebody who did do, you're wanting perhaps people's views of you to change. So you're trying to come in, with your stuff together a little bit. You're trying to gather some information. That's for the people that are, like I said, the ones that did the do. Um, Little dragon there is about supernatural forces. So things that, might be working against us, things that are out of our control, or just, it's also about the temptation versus the best choice. The delusions of grandeur. So it's again, we're trying to figure out what it is that we want to do. Caught up in our dreams or fears or fantasies. We need to go from thought to act, thinking to action. It's about inspiration, thoughtful choices, again, being wise. It's also about cautious choices. Again, we learn from the past, and make sure that we're not making choices, again, based in what's familiar. This not everything in this cup is, what I'm saying? It's also not wanting risk being having the wool pulled over our eyes again. Risk of illusion. It's also about escapism or intoxication. Hope people aren't dipping in the vino too much. It's also about great opportunities that turn into problems later, while less enticing opportunities turned out to be the better choice. That shoulda, woulda, coulda. Wishes, mixed blessings, or consequences, again, of our choices. It's also about cheating in one night stands. So I don't know if anybody was doing any of that, but tisk tisk. How others see you is a strength in reverse. Now, strength, we get the infinity symbol here. We're going to be dealing with obviously soulmate situations. Now, strength in reverse is about weakness, self-doubt, lack of self-discipline, setbacks, lacking courage or inner strength, or feeling vulnerable or inadequate. It's also about lack of self-confidence or need to draw upon your willpower. Worried, anxious, overprotective, or just insecure. So this is how others are viewing you in the situation. So that's why, again, with some that did the do, who might be looking to come back in, you're hoping to change that person's perspective of you. And there's some fear or some worry about the judgment that's going to be passed on you. Now, again, in the aspects of the self, people may be just seeing you as all over the place. Or again, if you're the person who did the do, somebody thinks that you don't have the courage to admit to the truth, that you have a hard time doing that, being honest. Like I said, I don't discriminate. I don't know who's watching. The person who did the do or the one who was, like I said, the on the receiving end. So I speak to both because it's important. Both people need the message. You know what I mean? Some readers, they just go with, catering to the one who on the receiving, the victim, as I put that in quotation marks, because again, we're all willing. If we're willing participants, we're not so much the victim, right? Um, Now, here, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this is our hopes and fears. So we fear like nothing's going to happen, and we're not going to be able to move. We're going to stay stuck in our current situation, or there won't be any progress, or the person isn't willing to work with you if we're dealing with somebody else. It's let me see. There are some things that I don't feel. I mean, I can read it all. Why not? If no progress, trying to like cut it down. If no progress, you might be stubborn and need to compromise or resist. There's a resistance to change. Maybe we're fearing that we won't be able to let go or move forward or do what we got to do, or again be accepted back into the fold, or be able to manifest, or you know what I'm saying. It's also about mundane and boring things. Perhaps fearing that our life is going to be this way, stuck in a routine or a pattern of behavior, or we're feeling that way. Again, stagnation, boredom, restlessness. Lost the romantic side and now only focused on day-to-day activities. Again, maybe not feeling, or we fear that somebody else isn't going to be feeling it anymore and focused on themselves. Ignoring practical matters, home, upkeep, money matters, career. Again, so might be hoping that, we're going to be financially stable so that we can make whatever moves that we're looking to make if people are looking to actually travel or relocate. It's also about isolation, maybe fearing of being alone, but don't fear that. Enjoy it. Because there is a peace that comes with nobody all up in your space. Nice to have visitors. And there's definitely something to be said. You come to appreciate it after a while. And you don't have somebody else and all their drama and karma and baggage and wounding coming in and wreaking havoc, right? Hey, as it's also again resistant to change. Maybe fearing again that if you're a person looking to go back to something or somebody, fearing again that it's not going to be happening. Fearing that judgment. Now, the outcome is the Two of Wands. So there's obviously some thoughts about the little planet there, the little Earth, thinking about traveling again. Some people might be at a distance, overseas, even different city, state. But this person here has got the world in their hands, and they're again exploring their options, what they're going to do, where they're going to go, how they're going to manifest. Knowing that the world is your oyster, huge potential awaits. Again, most of the time, it's if we can learn how to get out of our own way. Abundance always awaits, but it's our own selves that keep us stuck. Free will. It's also about discovery and stepping out of our comfort zone, considering long-term plans. It's a spark of inspiration on the path forward. Enthusiastic approach to life and passion for adventure, understanding one's ambitions and what must be done. So whatever we got to do to get ourselves in gear and start having better experiences. We're needing to look towards that with great excitement. Decisions. Stick to what you know or expand your horizons. Taking a risk, exploring one's options. Patience and focus on our intent. You know, patiently waiting for the rewards and watch your ideas materialize. Again, whatever you focus on is what you manifest. So whether that be in career or, self-healing or whatever it is, relationships, moving. It's what you think. It's all about our intentions and taking action. Do what we gotta do. We gotta shake things up. We gotta see things differently. We gotta, speak a truth. We gotta get out of our fears. We gotta change some things about ourselves. We gotta, again, look at our past actions and choices and how we got here and what did we learn. How can we apply it in our life from this point forward? How do we make amends if we're looking to make amends? Because there's definitely a reflection on where we once were, and again, and realizing who we are or who we've become, and again, learning from the past so that we can make better choices. Now, I told you had two here for the challenge or obstacle is the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. Remember I spoke over here about somebody, not keeping their promises. So whether this was something in a promise that was made in the past to someone and now and we kind of messed up and now we're looking to go back and fix things, but we're needing to speak a truth or be honest about our past actions and face the judgment or whatever it is. If it's truly what we're wanting, then we're going to need to, get some courage up and work hard at changing someone's opinion. Proof is in the pudding. But again, this is also about, be wary about dealing with people that might be coming back from the past who are all about false promises and just, it said the universe will send people back to test you to see if you've learned. And there could be a new person right on the horizon, and they want to see if you're going to pick the old one just because it's what's familiar. So it said, be wise, be discerning, know who you are, what you want, what you deserve, and act accordingly. The Dream Weaver, this was in the challenge position. Dreams, the collective good, and again, illusions. So watch out for that. Watch out for any shady mofos. Might be coming around to see what else they can get. Ally. Desert Prince. When you stumble upon the Desert Prince, you receive a gift. The plant life that exists in the desert environment is well defended, tough, and succulent, even though it gets little or no water. In spite of external conditions, extraordinary life can form and thrive. Be tough, have courage, and dare to dream no matter what the circumstances. It may seem to be a hard time, but not only will you survive, you will thrive. In spite of conditions, you'll succeed. As we have here the victory down here. Expect nothing less than what is in your most precious dreams and watch miracles manifest. So again, this is about believing in yourself, having faith, having courage. It says here, dry spells are also true tests of faith and courage. Again, the spaces in between breaths, the lulls. That's a time that we're needing to take to work on ourselves, to reflect on things, to do some self-checking, get aware of what's got to go, what doesn't serve us, again, learning, evolving. But it comes from you have to take back your power. There's obviously cycles of things, of grief, of mourning, of loss, of pain, of healing, of all this stuff. But for many who have been in this for a while, they always encouraging you now, like it's time, it's time to do whatever it is you've been putting off, to stand in your power, to stand in your integrity, to stand in your truth, to not run away from accountability or judgment or honesty or ourselves, whatever it is. It's like those wake up calls or those epiphanies that they got to happen so that we can move forward and move towards our dreams. You know what I'm saying? Number 8, the dream walker challenges you to wake up from your restless sleep in which you're not dreaming at all. This is the time to remind yourself of your passions. Again, be like the Queen of Wands, male, female, don't matter. And the aspirations you may have left behind. Perhaps you should reconsider and allow yourself your precious dreams again. Don't give them up. There is always a way they can return to you as long as you don't try to dictate the forms they take. Again, if this is representing us, again, being stubborn or resisting things or unwilling to compromise or whatever it is, it's like we got to understand that there's give and take, and you got to be like the trees, be able to bend in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Another way the dream walker challenges you is when you're in the middle of a nightmare brought on by you or others. Wake up and don't struggle, for she reminds you that the divine, didn't I tell you that there's always some kind of noise? Airplanes, helicopters, ambulances, police, fire trucks, garbage trucks, picking up friggin' disabled people over there, the place, the beeping of the kids yelling, and there's always something. But then other times it's really quiet. As I've totally gone off from your reading here. She reminds you that the divine will lead you out of a bad dream and into a much better one. This too shall pass. So again, whatever you're going through or whatever you need to go through, know that it's for your best interest to again make some moves, do some changes here. Be mindful that you have a unique and special purpose. You're always actively influencing your reality through your thoughts and reactions to life's challenges. So again, there's fated events which are preordained, and then there's your free will choices, or what you do after these events will dictate your next, how you form your path. Every event, every choice changes the path, so it's about, again, figuring out our path, staying in the familiar or moving forward, being courageous and not fearful, standing in, again, our independence and our truth, and accepting whatever consequence may come of it, but knowing that change has got to happen, and it's for our best. And they even encouraging you here by saying the situation will improve within the next few months. So it might be a tough period now, but it will get better. And they want you to be in joy. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. This is, again, try to focus on, lighter energies. Be excited about things, not fearful. Try to look at it in a different way. To try to, again, shift the energy by being at peace within oneself, getting strength and courage. Try to be optimistic here. Be joyous. Meditate. Quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. Again, they're saying just chill out. Family. I pray for my family and give the situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. So again, letting go and let God. Just do your best. That's all you can do. I mean, we can't be responsible for other people. We can only be responsible for ourselves. But they're saying to you, take off the worrying so much off yourself, or any negative stuff that you may be feeling, and kind of release it. Try to think positive. Um, and family also could mean your soul family again. So whoever, if we're dealing with soulmate relationships again, there could be a desire to try to heal or mend something. But again, not all soulmates are life partners, and some soulmates are narcissists because they're there to teach you lessons. They're all there, so even thank your enemies because they serve a role. It's like you meet certain people in this life because you're meant to, because they're part of your soul group. Everybody agreed soul contracts are going to meet up. So again, they all serve their purpose, but not all of them deserve to come back. And some again are just lessons, but they are part of your soul group, part of your soul family. So whatever it is that we're needing to embrace or understand, or if it's in regards to forgiveness or whatever it is, they're asking for you to allow healing to happen. Again, whether you go back to somebody or go on to someone new or whatever it is, it's just kind of allowing that peace to fall upon you, and let the chips fall where they may, but definitely don't leave yourself stagnant and stuck. Go towards whatever is calling you. Trust. I know that God in his infinite wisdom and love is answering my prayers right now. So trust that, the universe will provide. Trust that all will work out the way that it's supposed to. Even if it's not the way that you want it to, it'll happen the way that it's supposed to. And trust may also be an issue now. Especially if we've been dealing with any people that did the do, like I said, who were worried about how people are still going to see them, and they're afraid of speaking up, and they're unsure if they pop on somebody's doorstep, if they're going to be welcome. Maybe we're needing to again regain someone's trust, or somebody's asking you for that. Trust me. I said, know what you're dealing with. Signs. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. So this again is reiterating the trust in what we're trying to tell you, what the universe is trying to tell you, what your intuition is trying to tell you. And if something don't feel right or smell right, leave it alone. So some things from the past need to stay in the past, but some people might be coming back around, or you might be that person trying to come back around. People who have learned, changed, and grown, or whatever. It's up to you if you want to deal. But here they're encouraging honesty. I am in touch with my true feelings regarding the situation. So either somebody's needing to speak the truth and be honest, or somebody's making sure you're honest with yourself. Do you feel like something's, what's going to make you happy? It's just whether it's being honest with others or honest with ourselves. Again, forgiveness. Here we go. We're talking about truth and honesty and forgiveness. Like I said, somebody might be looking for that, and they need to be honest and ask for forgiveness. Because we got truth here again. We got honesty, truth, and forgiveness. We got here trust. Like I said, trust issues might be here. Somebody's probably lying, cheating, or whatever. It's always the case, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, human nature. But obviously there is something that needs to be spoken, or something that needs to be realized. So whether you're realizing this on your own and you're forgiving and you're releasing for your own self, again, make being clear what you want, what you deserve, or if somebody is needing to be honest with somebody else, and forgiveness. Who did I saw? Intuitive pathways. Veronica, she was talking about forgiveness. She says that's a spiritual way of telling somebody to go fuck themselves. I thought it was she's funny. It's like, yeah, I forgive you, but you know what? I'm good. So again, forgiveness, however that plays out for you. But I thought that was funny. And we already touched on truth here. I'm lovingly honest with myself and others. So good luck with all of that, people. Past life relationship, you've known each other before. So again, it could be somebody dealing somebody from the past. And you could have also been in past lives together. I would say if we also have worth waiting for, divine timing is at work in your love life. So again, sometimes if we're not looking to reconcile, or it's in our best interest not to, even if the person comes around, because we already know, trust that, again, know what is in your highest and best for you and fear not. Whatever it is that you're feeling now, it'll get better. um and true love and someone who's going to treat you right is worth waiting for. So whether this was two people that separated and they both learned, changed, and grown, and now they're looking to come back together, and of course it was divine timing, now they're both ready, of course it was worth waiting for. But again, or they might be encouraging you to keep it moving and know that the real deal is worth waiting for than going back to what's familiar. So this could be multiple situations here. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So again, somebody might be coming in trying to have a talk here. But again, use discernment and be honest if you're the person that needs to be honest. Get the shit. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. So either you were married to this person, or maybe you're going to meet somebody at a wedding and have a conversation. This could be your new person coming in. Or you can end up marrying this person or somebody in the future. So this is general. This is also about, being committed first and foremost to yourself, to your own growth, healing, spirits. Because again, you got to heal before you deal. You want to attract a good partner, you first have to be one. Relationships based in wounding and need and people that aren't aware of their own shit, and keep attracting the same types and repeating things. Again, whatever it is that we needed to learn from the past experience, make sure we apply that from this point forward so that we can move on to better things. Honeymoon. It's like the Six of Swords reminds me of, leaving the past behind. This again it looks like travel. Two people in the boat with the angel there, riding off under the moon. Because somebody might be trying to come to see somebody. Or, release the X. Time has come to clear your energy. Now, this card can symbolize a multitude of things or all of them at the same time. Release your X means release all that stuff I just talked about, all your extra shit, all the stuff that holds you back and weighs you down and keeps you stuck and keeps you in, negative karmic relationships or, behavior patterns or whatever it is that we need to release within ourselves that keep us from becoming empowered. We need to do that. Some people might be needing to release a current situation to go back to an ex. So need to release themselves from that. Some people need to release what happened in the past by having conversations, by being honest, etc., etc. Then you release yourself, you release the ex, you release everything, and you allow for new things to bloom because you deserve love. You are lovable. Or again, we're needing to, forget that fool and keep moving and somebody's better's coming. Did I say that? Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So again, keep it light. Try to be in the present moment. And it says, and watch out for people trying to whisper sweet nothings, trying to butter you up. Again, take everything into account. Know what you're dealing with. I emphasize that all the time because I've been there. And narcissists or any other cluster B types or whatever, these relationships can be soul destroying. They can affect you mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and sometimes permanently. You can develop post-traumatic stress. Like it says, if people been clinging for a long time or whatever, and this is not like the norm for people, I always encourage go talk to somebody. Look up narcissistic, know what you were dealing with. If it'll help you heal, if it'll help you get the aha moment so that you can go, now that's why things never whatever. So that's why they did those things, because it's a behavior pattern. And you'll be able to go into forums and you'll be able to see everybody talking about their story, and it sounds exactly like yours, because again, it's a behavior pattern. You know, you might not have been dealing with narcissists. You might have been just dealing with a liar, whatever it is. Anything that causes anybody to act in a way that's hurtful to someone else and themselves, there's something that needs to be addressed. So I always encourage people, heal thyself. Whether you were on the receiving end or you're the one doing the do, heal thyself, because knowledge is power. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Again, especially somebody who's honest becomes more attractive than somebody who's a pathological liar. And by being honest and letting go of your fears and all of that, you're showing that you're loving yourself because you're trying to become a better person. And this will make you more attractive to whoever it is you might be trying to oppress. Or this is about you making sure you love yourself first and don't accept less than you deserve. Have boundaries, self-love, self-respect. You know, be with people that'll make you happy, that help you grow, not bring out the stress in you. And then we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So the person you were dealing with could be a soulmate. The person that's coming in can also be a soulmate. I guess it depends on what side of the coin you're on in this story. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So again, the next one could be the one. If we're not going back to a situation because we know it's not in our highest and best, or again, if two people have shown that they can own their sides of the street and willing to work on stuff, you know, perhaps this could be the life partner. Base chakra. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome. Again, what we put out, we get back. So if we're kicking out fear, you know, thinking about all the things we don't have, you know, coming from a place of lack, all we'll have is more of that. And then wonder, why do we keep having that? So again, it's like intention. What you focus on, what you speak becomes your reality. As within, so without. You know? As above, so below. So it's like we got to get right, spiritually right. We got to get balanced. You know, do some work on your base chakra there. You are powerfully clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Again, those aha moments, those epiphanies, those signs that you've been getting, whatever it is, trust your intuition. It's trying to tell you something. Crown chakra is another one. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. Mediumship. Wow. Somebody over here is getting some hits, spiritual hits. Mediumship, you have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. So again, this is about, you know, that little voice, the conversation you're always having with the voice in your head. You know, this could be your guides talking to you. Of course, it's going to sound like your voice probably, but this is guidance. You know, you're definitely been getting some kind of guidance. Spirit's been working on you here. Law of attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. So again, what you put out, you get back. Try to think positive. You know, if we're still, you know, being in the lowest in regards to a situation, you know, trust that something better will come along as soon as you let go of that. But you got to see it for what it was. You got to get clear. You got to let go of your fears. You got to be not being afraid of change. Or if you're looking to manifest something, whatever it is, you know, go back, or your career, or just anything. Think positive. Have you asked your angels for help with this? Again, they're wanting you to kind of let go and let God. Your angels want to help you with the situation. However, they require your permission before they can, oh, that breeze. They can intervene in your free will choices. Again, just pray about it. Just light a candle, say some affirmations, you know, ask them to help in any way that they can, you know. Third eye chakra. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. So you got third eye chakra, crown chakra, mediumship, base chakra. I mean, you get definitely, you've been getting something here. And I hope that you take heed. And until next time, my lovelies, please like, subscribe, and share. Leave comments. I'll be doing the free the free one question reading contest again next month. I'll probably do it up until December. So if you like an opportunity or a chance to win that, make sure you leave a comment on any video that I put up for the month of August. And until next time, my dears, good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.